Now, this will be a really nice experiment, the surface area of spheres. The surface area. Now, some spheres on your homework, some spheres, I'm going to give you guys the diameter. You guys can see number 9. I give you the distance around the entire circle. But sometimes I will just give you the radius. You guys see number 10? Only goes up to the half of the circle. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful on this, but it would be really cool to experiment this. It would be nice if you guys grab an orange, as close to a sphere as possible. Avoid the cuties, the brown cuties, because they're flat on the top and bottom. But an orange, grapefruit, anything you guys want. But then if you guys were to place it on the paper, so let's say I had an orange, let's say I have this, and I trace it around to get a circle, and let's say I was to trace it around multiple times, the same circle I was to trace it around on the piece of paper. Now we said surface area, I'm going to do 6 circles. Surface area is basically the area on the outside. The area on the outside is of an orange is the orange peel, and we can break it out into pieces. It would be cool if you guys could do the circles. Like so I'm gonna do 6 circles on my paper. Let's assume they're all the same size because I did the same orange, and then I'm gonna take out my pieces of my orange peel, and I'm gonna take my pieces and I'm gonna try to fill as much circles as I can. I'm gonna do this. Let's say this is the peel of my orange, and I fill one circle, and then I happen to fill a second circle. Like, so you guys can try this at home. I actually encourage you guys to try cover the circle as much as you can, and then you will realize that you still have more peel. Oh, again, these little pieces represent the peel of my orange. I'm peeling my orange off and I'm putting it there, and I'll have 3 circles, but then I notice I still have I still have more pieces. So, and then I start using bigger pieces of orange peel because I want to complete the circle. Now, as close as possible, fill up the circles. I don't leave much space. I went over a little because there's some spaces in between. But again, try to cover the circles as much as you can, and you should be able to notice that you fill up 4 circles. Like I said, you can try this at home. The orange peel will cover 4 circles. So the surface area of a sphere is 4 circles. So you guys might be wondering, wait a minute. I know a circle. The area of a circle is radius squared times pi. Well, how much will be 4 circles then? Well, let me just multiply by 4 at the beginning. 4 times radius squared times pi. So having that said, my radius, I'm going to go here, 4 times. If I give you just the radius, awesome. I give you the radius. If I give you the diameter, but you need the radius, cut it in half. Here for question number 9, my diameter is 4.2, so the radius will be 2.1. So I'm gonna go 4 times 2.1 squared times pi. Okay, so what's 2.1 squared? Basically multiplying 2.1 twice. So my calculator, I'm gonna go 4 times 2.1 times 2.1 times 3.14, because that's what I'm gonna use for pi. So I'm gonna go 4 times 2.1 times 2.1 times 3.14, and I get 58.3896, rounded to 1 decimal place, because I call it nearest tenth. So my area, it will be 55.4. Beautiful. Let's take a look at question number 10. 4 circles, I said, right? So 4 times radius squared times pi. So I'm going to go 4 times 5 times 5, because the radius was 5.1 times 5.1 times the pi, we round it as 3.14. So 4 times 5.1 times 5.1 times 3.14, rounded to 1 decimal place, and I'm going to call this 326.7. Again, the surface area of a sphere is basically 4 circles with the radius of the sphere. Try it at home, right?